Coming up tonight on STL FC Insider.
Grew up playing a lot of baseball, actually, so I was very busy as a child.
We go behind the shield with Brandon Barklage. Also tonight, we're asking the players to tell us what's on their bucket list. Stick around for that. Plus,
I'm Ashleigh. Coming up next, I'm going to give you a first-hand look at the Budweiser Biergarten.
all that plus the USL Goals of the Week. All straight ahead on STL FC Insider. Hey there, Fleur-de-Lis faithful. Welcome to another episode of STL FC Insider. And don't forget, Wednesday, August 3rd is STL FC Gives Back Night. We've got 3 different ways you can get involved. Visit stlouisfc.com to find out how you can participate. This week, we sat down with Brandon Barklage to talk about what it's like to play in front of his hometown crowd and more. Let's go behind the shield.
Barklage sends one across the face, all punched away by Feener.
Now Barklage, slick move there from Barklage.
I would say growing up in St. Louis, you kind of always realized that it was a soccer hotbed in the country. I grew up playing a lot of baseball, actually, so I was very busy as a child. Played basketball, baseball, and ended up sticking with soccer. But yeah, I attended CBC, and that's kind of when it all kind of began for me. You know, it's such a storied high school with rich history. So, you know, it was awesome to be a part of, and I got to we got to win a state championship my senior year, which was a very, very cool experience. Now I'm here. I get to play in front of pretty much the same crowd that I grew up playing in front of family and friends too. So, very, very cool. So making it to that next level was obviously something that I always dreamed about. Got drafted out of St. Louis University. In 2009, I went to DC United for 3 years, then got switched over to New York, played 2 years in New York, and then I played 1.5 years with San Jose Earthquakes. So dreams came true. It was a rough start to my career with a couple bad injuries, but I got back at it and worked my butt off and made sure that I stayed on the field. And you know, I'm pretty proud that I get to tell my kids and my grandkids that I played with, you know, Thierry Henry and Tim Cahill and all those big names, so that was a very, very cool experience also.
Limpet to the near post again, the shot comes in, a goal, it's an equaliser! And what a moment for Brandon Barklage!
I grew up wanting to go pro, and I knew that St. Louis didn't have a team. Once they got this team, I jumped right at the opportunity, and I mean, I think it's gone awesome so far. You see the support that we're getting from the Louligans and the entire community. They keep coming out, and this team knows that these fans are going to be here no matter what, and we just want to keep fighting for them.
Sam fake up center back on his corner kick inside the penalty area. Yes, it's there! The late arriving Brandon Barklage. A wonderful goal for St. Louis FC. Got in behind the goalkeeper.
So I had a baby girl 1.5 years ago. She's about, oh man, I can't even do the math, maybe 18 months now. So yeah, about 1.5 years. And it's a handful at first, you know, you don't really know what you're stepping into until it actually happens. But I've got the most supportive family and the most supportive wife ever. And I couldn't be more thankful for that. So it was challenging at first, but you get used to it, and it can be you know, a lot of sleepless nights, and then you gotta be on your A game the next day. So I'm used to it now. Man, that little girl is my world now. So I look forward to you know, teaching her hopefully my skill, and maybe she'll be a future little stud soccer player or something.
One of your most competent professionals, experienced in areas just like this, Brandon Barklage is the first.
He moves in, a shot, he scores! Barklage back in action.
and making them pay.
We'll be right back with more on STL FC Insider.
All right, guys, today we want to talk a little bit about the game versus Tulsa. No cell phones, phones off, please. So here we are building up, and we're starting to play the ball wide. Hey, team policy, no phones. So we start to play forward, and hey, Mitch, no cell phones.
Sorry, Coach, we're just downloading the new St. Louis FC app.
Oh, the new St. Louis FC app? Well, then that's all right.
Of course it is. You can purchase tickets, check stats and scores, and get the latest information about your club on the new STL FC app. Available for download in the App Store.
And it's now time for the fan favorite segment. This week, I sat down with the players to ask them about what's on their bucket list. Let's check out this edition of Dan's Dozen.
I'm thinking over Christmas this year just to go travelling over Asia, I think, with a couple of mates and just have a bit of a holiday and just see a bit of the world other than outside of football. So,
travel Asia, through Thailand, through all the islands there, Indonesia, Malaysia.
My wife and I want to go to Fiji.
One thing on my bucket list is to go to Asia, whether it's Japan or China.
One thing is on my bucket list, I want to travel at some point, whether it's during my career or after my career. I want to travel all of Europe and all of Africa.
My bucket list, to travel. One of my goals is to visit Europe, any country, it doesn't matter where. I've been to South America already, and I hope it's because of soccer.
Something on my bucket list. I'd say skydiving.
And believe it or not, I haven't been skiing.
Bucket list. I'd really like to go skydiving, bungee jumping, quite into that sort of stuff, but can't really do that when you're playing soccer, so I'll probably do that when I retire.
One thing that's on my bucket list, one thing on my bucket list would be to go to a World Cup final. I've always wanted to do that. I really want to go to all those. I want to go to the Final Four. I want to do every sport, Super Bowl, all that. But I think my number one would be to go to a World Cup final and experience that.
Oh yeah, play in the Champions League one day.
Yeah. I'd win a championship as a professional. Here at the USL level, or hopefully one day I'll be able to progress and make it to the MLS and win an MLS Cup. But winning a championship at the professional level would be something very special for me.
Winning a championship in St. Louis is definitely on the bucket list. I want to try to bring that here to the fans and the community. I think that would be very special. So,
stick around. We've got much more to come on STL FC Insider.
I'm Ashleigh here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Up next, I'm going to give you a first-hand look at this amazing beer garden behind me.
James drove his RAV4 hybrid into no man's land and rescued a group of stranded enthusiasts. He was invited to join the crew, but left in search of potable water. How far will you take the RAV4 hybrid? Toyota, let's go places.
We'd like to welcome a new member to the STL FC TV family, Ashleigh Anton. This week, she checks out the Budweiser Biergarten at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Let's go at the park with Ashleigh.
Here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. We are here in this beautiful beer garden, and we're going to talk to some fans to see how much they are enjoying it and their beer.
It's fantastic. There's lots of chairs you can sit in. That's really, really nice when it's this hot outside.
It is awesome.
Why?
I got my bros here. Beautiful night of soccer.
So you're working on the tan?
Yeah, I got this solid tan line. There we go.
How much do you love coming up to the beer garden?
Oh, we love it. We love it here. We can't get enough of it. Beers, soccer, bros.
They got great amounts of beer. They got different varieties. It's great.
It's pretty awesome. These guys are great at getting the beer out to you and always have a great attitude.
They knock it out of the park every time.
What do you think the final score is going to be for this game today?
At least 3-0.
Why do you love coming to this beer garden?
Oh, I just love beer.
What do you like most about the beer garden?
My wife isn't here. It's hot.
Actually, my car said 110, but that didn't stop you from coming here today, did it?
No, not at all.
What beer are you drinking?
Goose Island IPA.
What is your drink of choice?
I am
actually drinking the strawberry margarita. It's awesome, especially on a hot sunny day like today.
Just so we know, what do you think the final score is going to be? And no, your wife is not here still.
The main thing to remember is that I don't care because my wife is not here and I have beer.
Well, there you have it. We can't find one fan that doesn't love the Budweiser Biergarten. It's open to the public, or you can have it for a private party. Go to stlouisfc.com for more information.
And St. Louis FC had 2 Goal of the Week candidates. Did they make the cut? Let's check out our USL Goals of the Week.
As Adams plays it to the left-hand side. Over the top towards Bezecourt, and it's kicked in, off the head rather, on the near side post. It's Velo, his first goal for Red Bulls 2.
Is here on the free kick for San Antonio. It will be Rafa Castillo from distance, and he scores! A laser beam! And the captain strikes early for a 1-0 lead.
Pure power from the midfielder. He is the leader. We talked about his performance last week. He got on the goal sheet with a penalty.
Last year, lost a heartbreaker in the title game. They were minutes away from the championship before it fell apart. Jaime Villarreal plays this. Turnley squares it back, and there's the finish.
What a goal.
3-1 lead for the Galaxy.
Fantastic work by the LA Galaxy. You saw Villarreal spray the ball wide, back across the front of goal. And
here, Ireland is going to fling this one into the area.
Again going through, the ball bouncing all over the place and all over the score. Great bit of work, great persistency, and it's Sebastian Dalgard making it 2-0.
What a man.
Tries to switch field. Headed down as Garcia tries to clear it. It's going to be in the middle of the box. Liam Miller at the shot, and it's in. Oh, goodness, Liam Miller. Heartbreak for OCB as the whistle was seconds away from blowing. And Liam Miller finds the top corner of the net.
And you better believe James Musa and Irvin Herrera will be trying to make the USL Goals of the Week next week. On behalf of all of us here at St. Louis FC TV and the rest of the Fleur de Lis faithful, thanks for watching.